Welcome parents and students to my Using and Troubleshooting Canvas screencast. In this video we will go over the basic uses of Canvas in 6th grade ELA. We'll look at an essay assignment and discuss some of the common questions with those, and we'll review a quiz that has already been taken. I'll then direct you to a few important places your student may need to access at home. So the page we're on right now is the ELA 6 webpage. Students get here from their dashboard. Well, except for I'm in student view, so it won't show it. From their dashboard, they have different classes, and they just click on ELA 6, which is my only class for this demonstration. This is what it'll look like. And when you scroll down, you'll see that our daily lessons and activities are posted on this calendar. I try to post them 1 to 2 weeks in advance. These can be viewed by students for studying purposes, or by families if we want to know what's going on in ELA besides nothing, usually the 6th grader answer to what did you do today. This calendar is also designed for students who are absent so they can make up the work and learning they missed. It is an expectation at Draper Park Middle School that absent students make up what they miss before returning to school or within a week after. Even excused absences have make-up work. Excused does not mean excused from learning. Now, some of the links are files that can be downloaded and viewed or printed at home. For example, this is today. It's March when I'm making this video. You can look at my lesson today by clicking on this preview, or you can click the link to download my slideshow. It downloads in this bottom corner, and if you click on it, it will show you the PDF version of my slideshow so that you can go over the lesson with your student, or they could go over it alone if they missed class. So here's my slideshow PDF version. This often has instructions, it has specifics for what we did. Oftentimes when there's a assignment like this one, it will tell students how to do that assignment. Not always, but often the instructions are there. So on a typical day, you will see my slideshow and the student assignment, both which need to be downloaded in order to make up the work that students missed if they were absent. Some of these links are assignments that are housed in Canvas, and they bring students directly to an assignment page. So for example, if we took a quiz on the day on our calendar, if you clicked that link, it would bring you to the actual quiz. Now, right now I've opened this quiz up so you can hit take the quiz and just see kind of what it looks like, but quizzes are taken in class and need to be made up at school. So if a student is absent and missed a quiz, they will not be able to view it at home. However, when students take a quiz and it's graded, they can view their quiz at home. This is helpful for studying purposes, as well as if they would like to retake the quiz because they didn't get a great score. They can go back and look at their answers, view their score, and see what they did wrong. This comes in handy, especially if they're going to retake, so they can study for that retake, and many classes require them to go through the quiz and correct the answers they got wrong before they're allowed to retake as well. So although this isn't really showing that because I can't do it on my screen, if I had already taken this quiz, it would show which answer was correct and which answer I chose for each one, so I could go back through and fix it. Let's take a look at another assignment. I can do that by going to assignments here because I'd like to show you an essay. Actually, let's go back to the calendar. So if we'd like to access an essay assignment on Canvas, we can do that. After clicking on the link, it brings me to this essay page. You can see that I have the prompt. Sometimes there are additional instructions up here, and this is where the actual essay is typed. Now this is a Google Doc that's embedded into Canvas. You can type the essay here or copy and paste it into the doc. If you made your own Google Doc, or if you did it at home on Word or whatever, I don't care. But it does have to be turned in on Canvas using this document. The reason for that is because I use a rubric to grade it, and I'll show you an example of a rubric in just a second. If you are looking at this page and you're like, well, that's not what I see, It's a little bit different for students. There's a blue submit button right here. Notice, and here's an important part, so listen, you do actually have to click the submit button for the assignment to be turned in. If you're not seeing this page or this thing is not popping up, let me give you an example of what that might look like. Oh, I gotta go back into student view. If your essay looks like this, it's because you're not logged into the school Google Docs account that you have been given. It's your same login and password for everything. This is if you're trying to do your essay at home and like your mom is logged into Google. Canvas and Google can't talk to each other unless you're logged in to both using the same account. So if this is what you see, you need to log in to google.com and log out of everyone else's account and then refresh so that it will be able to talk to your school account, because you need both in order to turn in an essay. If, let's say, you're looking at an essay assignment and it looks like this is the important part right here. This assignment was locked on a certain date at a certain time. It means that you're late. This assignment is past due, and it will not allow you to turn it in unless you come speak with me. I lock Canvas assignments at midnight on the due date, and if you're trying to submit it after that time, it won't let you unless you come talk to me. This is because late work is not accepted in my class unless there are extenuating circumstances, and you need to tell me about those in person. So you come before or after school, takes a couple minutes, you tell me why you're late, I probably lecture you about being late, and then I unlock the Canvas assignment so you can submit. I have to physically do that, so you have to physically talk to me. However, I only allow late assignments up to a certain deadline. So even though I'm allowing you past the initial deadline, I have a deadline for late ones as well. So come talk to me about it. If this is what you're seeing, it's because you're late. And while we're here, let's take a look at a rubric. You can see how I will be grading this essay. You can read the rubric before, during, and after the essay assignment. And after you've turned it in and it's been graded, this rubric gives you feedback on how you did. So each box that I have selected for your essay will be a color, so you can see which ones that I thought applied to your writing, so that next time we write an essay, you can improve on that specific area. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back to our home page so I can show you the few other places students may need to access at home. I'm on the ELA Canvas course. This is where we started. And right above the calendar, we see here a column of rainbow buttons. I made them this big because I was being sarcastic because students couldn't find them before, even though they were right here. So I just made them huge. If they're not this huge, they're still there. They're still rainbow, and they're still by period. This column of rainbow buttons is how you sign up for your book review. Click on the period that you have my class, and it will bring you to the sign up website, which is a separate website. I guess I can demonstrate that. It might take a while to load. Got it. It has the dates for book reviews, and it will have green buttons if you can still sign up for them. If you forgot which date you signed up for, you click on the button, it brings you here. You can look at who signed up for what day, and it'll have your initials and your name on that day. So that's something. Oh, whoops. Oh man, I lost it. Here we go. Book review signups right here is one of the questions I get asked a lot. Another question I get emails about all the time is the quarterly book review button, which is right here at the top. When you click on this button, it brings you to a page that has all the resources you need. The script, if you want to type it, print it, my example script for how to get 100% on a book review, my rubric for how I grade you, the instructions I gave you at the beginning of the year, your reader's journal, which is where you're recording the books that you're reading, and the blank template for your flyer. This just leads you to Google Classroom because Google Classroom is where I am able to make copies of a template for every student. Students tell me all the time, oh, I didn't fill out the script because I didn't know where it was. Well, homepage, top button, quarterly book reviews, has all of the resources you could need to make that book review beautiful. The next button people forget about is the common questions button, which is where I post common questions from parents who are new to Canvas and their answers for my Canvas course. These answers should be true for all 6th grade teachers who use Canvas. So, if I haven't answered your question already in this video, take a look at the common questions page. Lastly, let's take a look at the past calendars button. Though most students will never use this page, it is invaluable for students who are absent during the changing of the month. As soon as the month ends, I switch our homepage calendar from last month to the current month. All assignments, lessons, quizzes, links, etc. are still accessible via these past month pages. So right now we're in March when I'm making this video. If I want to look at February, I can click on that link and it will bring me to the February calendar. So today is March 3rd, but if I was gone last Thursday, here's where the lesson and the links and assignments would be housed. So that's why the past calendars can be very important. Okay, thanks for watching this little tutorial, problem solving through whatever issue you're having at home. If your question was not addressed in this video and it is not on our common questions page, feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.